So, I got a phone call and it messed up my video. So, I believe I was talking about they put me in a wheelchair when I was finally at the Atlanta hospital, and they started wheeling me. I realized that they had taken me to the women's center entrance, and so I was like, oh, like gosh, now I actually have to sign in. I just wanted to go straight to the NICU to see Mason. Excuse me. And so I they actually, okay, so they hadn't wheeled me all the way to the women's section yet, but there was like the waiting room or something, and so my dad met me, and so he was pushing me up there. And so we pull up to the frickin', what's it called, like the front desk of the women's center. So we got up there, and then there's nobody there. I'm like, what the heck? Like, one, I don't even want to be here. Two, I don't want to wait for anyone. So I was just like, what the heck am I doing here? So there's like a little bell on the desk, or on the front desk, and so I'm like ringing it and ringing it and ringing it, or more like dinging it and dinging it and dinging it, and no one comes. And then like I'm just sitting there frustrated, upset, and I'm just like, hello, and I yell hello down the hallway, and this lady pops her head out the hallway, and she was like, I'll be right with you. And I was like, I don't have time. And she was like, okay, I'm sorry. And so she comes out of the room, and I was like, listen, I just need to sign in. I need to go see my son in the NICU. I just got here, but they told me I need to come here. I'm not staying here. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, I didn't know what to tell her. I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm not staying here. Like, that's the end of it. I'm not staying here. She was like, okay, well, let me go get a piece of paper for you to fill out. She left. She goes to the back to get this piece of paper. There was a notepad, and so I was like, write my first name, my last name, and my birthday and my phone number, and I left. I was like, I'm not staying here. I'm not filling out paperwork either. So I left it, and then of course, 15 minutes later she's calling my phone, don't answer. Go up. So finally my dad, he's like pushing me after we leave the sticky note. My dad's pushing me up to the NICU. We get to the doors, and I'm like, hey, my son is here. I'm just here to come see him. So my dad couldn't push me. He could have, but obviously me and Rob just wanted to spend time with Mason. So he didn't push me past the door, so I had to wobble. I still had a catheter in. I just gotten surgery. I haven't had pain meds. I still have IVs, or I think I still had a hand IV, all this crazy stuff. So I'm like hobbling over to the room, and I see him, and Rob's just sitting in a chair next to he was still in the incubator thing. Rob didn't hold him. He wanted me to be the first one to hold him, which I am so grateful for. I of course wouldn't have minded if he wanted to hold him, but so I sit down in like this comfy chair that they have there, and they let me hold him, and we just kind of like loved on him, talked to him, and so just like spent time with him, and his sister, his mom, his dad, my mom, my dad, my stepdad, my brothers, and then a couple friends of ours had all come to the hospital to be there to support us and like show us that they were there for us, which we and Rob are so grateful for. We were so lucky to have such an awesome support system, and that our families were able to come on such short notice. So they were all there, and we're in the I guess this is where I can show you more pictures of when he was in the NICU. So this is probably one of my favorite pictures of him. It's one of the first ones in his book, but there he is, his little face. So my husband, he has dark hair and dark features, and so he was like or Mason was like a little hairy baby. He did have a full head of hair, and he just looked like a little grumpy old man. So cute. His eyes were closed most of the time. We just got to hold him, and when I was holding him, because like I'm not sure why, but I'm thinking it's just because like he didn't have like his stuff inside of him to like keep his body warm and stuff. So like whenever I was holding him, we had to have like little heater packs like wrapped in like a couple layers of blankets just to help keep him warm. and his hat. And also this whole time we're holding him, you know, he's having a morphine drip, so he's not in any pain or anything. So he was still like, he like would respond, he would grab our hand, he would like wrap his hand around our fingers and stuff like that. Yeah, look right here. See, and then this picture is of all of his hair, and then he had a little hard time breathing, and I believe he had fluid. He couldn't like, I don't know, he had to have like something in his mouth to like keep the fluid sucked up and stuff. But these are just kind of all him. This is him awake. His little eyes are open right down there. I'm super sorry for the glare. So this yellow and gray blanket that I have right here is what we held him in. I don't go through this box a lot. It still kind of has hospital smell, which I don't want to ever go away, but I know it will if I just keep taking out. But so, kind of a side story. When I was pregnant, we had a really good family friends, the Youngbloods, and she was pregnant at the same time with a boy as well. And so I made her a blanket, and her son a blanket, and then obviously I made Mason his blanket. So this is just kind of what we held him in, and I made it. It's just little tiny owls, and then I just kind of like tied the ends, but super soft, and I just love this blanket. I can't wait to make another kind, you know, maybe different patterns for our next kids. So I'm gonna put that back in there. So let's see, where was I? So he lived for about 42 hours. We got to hold him, and it was like, you know, we just spent a lot of time loving on him, and, you know, just kind of telling how much we love him. So I guess I can show this picture. So the way that they had his intestines, they just kind of had him wrapped in gauze just to keep him close to his body. So this is a picture of it. You can't see his intestines, so, but this is just kind of like how he was when we weren't holding him. And if we were, we just kind of like wrapped him, swaddled him a little tight. So yeah, but just trying to see if any of these like tell me anything more to, oh, excuse me, swallowed wrong. Part 1, I was trying to find a picture of our first family picture. I guess I just didn't go through enough or far back enough, but here's the first family picture we ever took right after I was awake. And then that bottom picture, we were exhausted, so I was sleeping when I held him. And there's just pictures in here of my husband's mom in here holding him, my mom in here holding him. Yeah, just loving on him. And let's see. Yeah. Cute. A little funny story, actually. I don't know what week it was we found out, but we at first, oh, okay. So when we found out he had gastroschisis at 12 weeks, the day before we were going to vacation, or on Christmas vacation, to go see my husband's family. And while we were there in California, we went to like this early gender reveal or early gender place, and they were gonna tell us the gender, and they told us it was a girl. So for like a couple weeks we thought we were having Juliet, not Mason. So yeah. So yeah, I mean that's really it. I want to keep a lot of these, you know, private, like between our families. That's the blanket, and then we have Oh, this little book says welcome baby. We got it, I think it was like one of our first or second ultrasounds, and I have all of his ultrasounds in order. Oh no, I forgot I had loose ones in the back. We got so many ultrasounds, like, just because of his condition, you know, they always wanted to check on it, make sure it wasn't getting any worse or anything. So, hold on, let me get these. So, yeah, those are just all the extra ones we have. So, after a couple hours, you know, or like the 2 days, the second days when he was born April 22nd and he passed away April 24th. And actually when he passed away, I was like just in so much pain from the surgery. I was just kind of like, okay, I really need to go get some pain meds. So my mom pushed me down to the women's center to get some medicine, and Rob had texted me when I was down there saying like, hey, like he's not breathing that well. I think he's gonna pass away. Leia, you're fine. Come on. And when I got back, he had passed away in Rob's arms. Leia, stop. Come here. Come. Go lay down. Go lay down. Come here. Go lay down. Please lay down. So I wasn't physically there when he passed away, but my mom had said a couple weeks, like after everything had happened, like she used to work in like a nursing home or something, and a lot of times when family members are really bad and like they're like gonna pass away, you know, when their families come to visit them and then they like leave to go to the bathroom or something, that's when they pass away, because they know that they know that their family members can't handle being there when that happens. So yeah, I mean, I'm just grateful that Rob was there and Rob was holding him, and you know, we told him how much we loved him, and spent all the time that we could with him. And I don't like to be sad about it a lot, because I know that he is so loved, and I know that we did everything in our power for him. So yeah, I don't like to be too sad about it. I like to remember, you know, holding him and just being with him. So I think this concludes so actually he was cremated, and I'd go get it, but I'm a little too lazy. But we have a glass ball that when he was cremated, we sent some of his ashes in, and so yeah, we still have some ashes, and then we put it in a glass ball. And in our living room we have this teetered shelf, and I have a little picture of him next to it, and then I have his ashes, as ashes for glass or something like that. And so we keep that in our living room, and you know, I think about him every day. Me and Rob both do, and he's loved, and we know that, and when we have any of our other kids, they get to have a big brother in heaven. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched, and I hope, sorry this was an unexpected 3-parter, but I hope that if anyone's going through anything like this, I just hope that we can bring you some comfort. And you know, it doesn't get better, but it gets easier. You learn to cope, and you know, some people grieve different, you know, some people take longer, and it will be 2 years that he had passed away in April 24th, 2018, his angelversary, and then of course his 2-year birthday, April 22nd. But like I said, just trying to end this. I think that's everything, and so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Okay, thank you.